Welcome to Mortgage Minutes, where we try to demystify the mortgage process for you. I'm your host, Austin Baker, along with my co-host, Jonathan Buck.
What's up?
All right, Jonathan, what are we talking about today?
So today we're going to be talking about cash out refinances. Before we get into that, Austin and I want to share some trending data that we've seen in the housing market.
That's exactly right. We have seen some really interesting stuff lately, mainly from the Federal Reserve. They recently put out a chart. We're going to try to emulate it for you here. So we all know that property values, average property value, has been rising steadily over the last few years across the board, across the country. But what the Federal Reserve showed us that was interesting is that the average balance and debt that people have on their homes is at an all-time low. So when you see values at an all-time high and you see mortgage balances at an all-time low across the country, Jonathan, what does that show you?
Yeah, so it creates this really big gap right here that we call equity. And so the average household has the highest equity gap that we've had in U.S. history right now. And so if you're a homeowner and you're planning to continue to live in your house, but you have all this equity, you might be thinking, what are my options? What else can I do with all this equity? The video we're shooting today is exactly for you. So we want to talk about what is a cash out refi and how to use it. So stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody.
All right, so let's take a look at how the cash out refinances actually work, Jonathan. Let's assume this is my house or your house, and this house is worth $500,000, and you owe $200,000 on your current mortgage. How much cash can I get out of this house?
So the first thing to know about that is with a cash out refinances, we have what you call the 80% LTV max. So that's the loan to value of what your new loan can be.
Okay, so 80% of $500,000 means a $400,000 maximum new loan amount.
Correct.
So the way we do this is we go, okay, you think that your house is worth $500,000. The most your new loan can be is $400,000. So we subtract your current balance from the new loan amount. And that would leave us, in this scenario, with $200,000 delta between these two. And this becomes your cash out. Perfect.
So the next thing you need to know about a cash out refi is that we're going to have to order an appraisal. An appraisal is important because it's going to tell us the fair market value for your home. So essentially, the appraisal is determining exactly how much money you can take out. So this home could appraise for $500, Austin, and that number is exactly on target. Or it could appraise for $450, and this number is a little less. It could even appraise for $550, and that number could be more.
Yep, that's awesome. And one of the things to know is this is the maximum amount. So you don't have to take out the max when you're doing a cash out refinance, but this is how the maximum is created. And whenever we do this, essentially what is happening is your new loan is you're just getting a bigger loan on your property, and it's paying off this old loan. So this guy, he goes away, and the difference is just given to you literally as cash.
Exactly. And so the last thing to know about how a cash out refi works is the closing costs. And the beautiful thing about that is it can all be rolled into your new loan amount. So when you go to closing, you're bringing zero money to closing.
That is beautiful. All right. So now let's take a look at some of the ways that you can use this cash and what the limitations are for it. Stay tuned.
So now we know how it works. Let's talk about how to use it. Typically, Austin and I see these three main ways that people use a cash out refi, but there are no restrictions and the uses are unlimited. But Austin, let's walk through these.
Yeah, pass me the green. All right. So debt consolidation out of the gate. Walk me through that one.
Absolutely. So this one could be a big cost savings for you. It could help increase your monthly cash flow. You could have high credit card interest rates or high student loan interest rates. And so consolidating that debt, even though you're taking a bigger loan in your house, could save you money. And so think about the long-term and short-term debts you have, medical, car, and any of those things you could consolidate through a cash out refi.
Yeah, this is a great one and a great opportunity for saving more money, even though you're taking out a bigger mortgage. Home improvements. Absolutely a way to use your cash from a cash out refi. Why would I do that?
Yeah, if you're looking to do a kitchen remodel or adding a pool or adding a bedroom even to your house, whatever it could be, you could tap into the equity in that asset already and increase the value of that asset. So it's a really creative way to fix up your house and do a renovation.
Yeah, if you're planning on doing any type of home improvement and you were going to finance it, FYI, this is probably the cheapest and most cost-effective way to do that. So make sure you take a look at it. Last bucket here, investment opportunity, huge. Break this one down for me.
Absolutely. So maybe you're interested in buying a rental property and you want to do a cash out on your home to put a down payment on a rental property, or you have a business opportunity that you want to invest in with a friend or a colleague or something like that. Anything you think that you can get a higher return on the equity instead of keeping it in your house could be a trigger to think about getting a cash out refi.
Yeah, that's perfect. And like Jonathan said, this is your cash. So when you do a cash out refinance, there's no restriction on how you use these funds. You could go to Disney World for all we care. Not that we recommend that or that we're opposed to it, but there's literally no restriction on how you use the funds. These are just 3 of the main buckets that we see people using cash outs for. So if you fall into that bucket or think you have a need, make sure you reach out to us. We'd love to help.
Absolutely. So if there's equity in your house and you're thinking about a better way to leverage, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. Love to work with you. So we'll see you guys next time.
Adios.